Hi, this is HTML2 WordPress, which is an e-learning site that teaches you how to convert your HTML layouts into a WordPress site. And so just to explain how WordPress works, WordPress in order to run will require you to have an Apache server with PHP and MySQL installed. So if you have access to a live remote host server, then great. You could just skip the next section. Skip to the next section. Otherwise, keep listening into this current screencast. So if you don't have access to a host server, what you can do is install a web server locally onto your computer. And this is really simple. For Mac, you will need to download and install MAMP. So you can just Google for it, just for MAMP. So MAMP stands for Mac, Apache, MySQL, PHP. This is a package where you could install your web server onto your computer with pretty much a single click of a button. Well, maybe not a single click, but close enough. So basically go to their website and click the download button here and save this file. And now you notice that it will offer you two choices, MAMP and MAMP Pro. For the basic purposes of what we need here, the simple install with MAMP is perfectly fine. You don't really need the extra features provided by MAMP Pro. Okay, so if you're not on a Mac and you're on a Windows machine, then you should install the Windows version of the equivalent package, which is called WAMP. Again, Windows, Apache, MySQL, PHP, the WAMPServer. Again, go to their website and then hit Downloads and install this WAMPServer 2.0. Okay, so I'm going to have you pause the video and go ahead and install your local servers. Get back to me after you're done. Okay, I'm going to assume that you've installed either MAMP for Macs or WAMP for Windows. And because obviously I'm on a Mac right now, I'm going to show you the MAMP interface and folder systems. And for a Windows user, I'm afraid that there's not going to be any visuals, but I'll still explain the basics in words. And I've also included a link to a tutorial page for the Windows version under the resource links for this tutorial in case you needed more info. Okay, so let us just open out MAMP here. Alright, so let's just look at their interface first. So this is kind of the mini control panel for MAMP. And you can see here that there's two status lights. Both of them are green. The first one is for the Apache server, and the second one is for your MySQL database. So for your WordPress site to run, both of these must be on. You can obviously stop the server, and the lights will turn red, and restart the server, and the lights will turn green. There's also preferences you can play around with, but I'm just going to leave them be for now. So what happens is you can also open the start page for AMP, which will load this page. And one of the important key points about MAMP that you should know is that the server is located under this particular URL, which is right here, localhost :8888. So what this means is that localhost is located at port number 80. So that's for the Apache server. And then in the case for the database, the MySQL database, that is located under localhost with the port of 8889. Okay? For a Windows user, if you're using Windows AMP, WinAmp, then your local host configuration is simply localhost localhost without the port number for both your Apache server and MySQL database, okay? So it's just localhost if you're using Windows, and for a Mac, you are on localhost :8888 or localhost :8889. Okay, so let's move on into looking at the localhost folder structures. So I'm just going to open up Finder window here. If you go into your applications folder and click under MAMP, you'll notice that your folder called htdocs. Now this is the folder where you place the files to have it appear on your server. Okay, and for Windows, you are looking again similarly. Go into your WAMP folder, which is probably installed into your C drive. And then, but instead of having htdocs, look for a folder called www, so www, okay? So that is your localhost folder. And that's pretty much it for the basics of local server installation.